Hey guys, my name is David Lochner, and I am here today to talk to you about my informative speech, which is to basically raise awareness for voting in Arizona. So I want to begin by throwing out some numbers for you guys. In Arizona, there was actually a low voter turnout for the last time we had elections, which was 2014. There was actually a decrease from in the primary election results, there's actually a decrease from 28% to 27%. And even though there's more registered voters, less ballots were cast. So that means that people aren't going out there and voting. And basically, what that does is, a lot of people they feel like their voice isn't being heard, or they feel like they can't make a difference. But in actuality, you can make a difference. You just got to go out there and vote. And for the general election results from 2012 to 2014, the number dropped from 74% of the percent of people voting who were registered to vote to 47%. So that's actually a huge decrease in numbers. And a lot of people feel like their voice is not being heard. And again, you you can make a difference by going out there and voting. These are really important things that are coming up, and these are really important events, and it's actually important that you go out there and vote. So some other things I wanted to talk about were that I got these numbers from the Arizona Secretary of State website, and from there's five parties that you can register to vote for in the state of Arizona. There's the two major parties, which are Democratic and Republican, and then there's three other parties, but I kind of grouped them into other category. So for the Democratic Party, there was a 917,411 registered voters in Arizona in 2015. And for the Republican Party, there was a total of 1,105,521 registered voters. For the other category, which is the three other registered parties you can vote for, which includes like the Libertarians, the Green Party, and some other parties as well, they actually had 1,231,465 voters. So there's a total of 325,400 3,254,397 registered voters in 2015 to 2016. So that means that, there's a lot more registered voters out there, but they're not getting out there and voting. So what I want to help do is, help them gain an understanding of what the primary election is as opposed to the general election. So that way they have more general knowledge and maybe they'll go out there and vote and we can all make a difference. So there are the primary elections and the general elections. And for the primary elections, there are two type of elections, and one of those is the open primary election, which means that you can basically vote for whoever you want. You don't have to have a specific party affiliation. And then there's actually the closed primaries. And for the closed primaries, that means you vote for, if you're Republican, you're going to vote for the Republican, or if you're Democratic, you're going to vote for the Democratic person. So Arizona, I did some research, and Arizona is actually a hybrid. So they do both open and closed primaries. And the Arizona primary is actually going to be March 22nd. So, get out there and vote, guys. Uh, and then another thing I wanted to bring up was that uh, November 8th, which is the general election, is actually where you can go out and vote for the President of the United States. So what that means is March 8th, we can have our voices heard. The primary elections are how we narrow down the candidates for each party, and the general election is picking uh, the final two people, the final person from each party. They go against each other for the presidency. So the general election is to actually pick who we narrow down. So if you guys want to make a difference, get out there and vote. And then one other thing I wanted to talk about was uh, just basically uh, Arizona. We had a really low turnout of voting, and it is extremely important that we get out there and vote. If you guys, don't know much about the candidates, it's always showing on TV what the candidates are, what they stand for, everything like that. And I would definitely go out. I wasn't interested in these kinds of things before, but I went out there and I wanted to learn more information, and I was finding out more information and I actually started kind of getting into it. And I want my voice to be heard because I've never voted before. It's going to be my first time voting, and I just want my voice to be heard. And you guys can have your voice be heard too, and we can make a difference. Arizona had an extremely low turnout the last time around, so I know that we can get out there. We can all make a difference. We can get out there and vote. And I just want to say, let's make a difference together, guys. Well, I that's about it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See ya.